Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Here with Tim.
Oh,
Hello. So, what were we saying? Have you got your officer? Did you say?
yeah. Got my officer. Just spawned him in a couple of hours ago. So,
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
uh, yeah, just joining up with some troops and just gonna like bulldoze these last three cities with him in a stack, and yeah, that'll be
Nice.
Mali dealt with.
Oh, you're forming a massive stack. Okay. And how many? So you weren't on last night, so I wasn't quite sure what you'd done. But did you put out a first wave of infantry from all of your barracks?
Yeah,
5 infantry.
I did five new ones. Lost a few yesterday, so
Okay.
haven't replaced them yet, but probably look to get some more out soon. Uh,
I only made two, but
yeah.
I only lost one. I had to magic one out of gold. I don't know if you saw what was happening because you lent me your plane. You know my coastal city. I was being attacked in my coastal city, and I magicked up. I had one infantry defence there. Thank God, because if I hadn't, I'd have lost it as usual. Quite often
Yeah,
lose home cities, but it was Jonathan to lose the home cities this time. So I
true.
magicked up an infantry with about 1,700 gold to join the other one and defended Dekina.
Yeah, I mean, if it's avoidable, there's no point in losing it. City,
Yeah,
is there really? It's you might as
yeah.
well just.
And it was legitimate gold. It was part of the 3,000 that I'd won
Yeah,
in previous games. So I haven't touched that 50,000 weird sort of pot that the devs have given me that I don't quite know what to do with. I don't know if it will meet disapproval if I spend that in this game. I probably won't need to spend it.
nah. Well, we'll see.
You're right. Are we recording?
Oh, hello. Yes. Welcome. I'm a bit confused actually because hello, Jonathan. I've just seen a tile with a pontoon on it. From Nigeria. This is the first. I think this is so odd. I think this is the first time I've ever inherited. Have you guys ever come across this? I've inherited a pontoon from Niger.
Guess he must have built it before he, for some weird reason. I don't know why he would have built it.
Well, I think it was for attacking Dekina, maybe. But
Uh,
it's so odd because I've never taken a tile and had a building survive. Have you?
uh,
Yeah, I have
mm,
before. Um,
mm,
Okay.
you've got to keep an eye out for that because I believe the enemy can still use the pontoon, even if it's in your
Yeah.
control. So
Yeah.
might be a good idea to destroy that if you don't plan on using it.
Yeah. No, I don't need it because I've got coastal cities all around. It's a bit of an odd one. I don't know why it was built in the first place, but that player was a bit of a noob. Did seem to be building random infrastructure. Got my officer, and he's actually just sitting on the capital. Jonathan, are you sure that your capital wasn't attacked? I sent 2 infantry over to you to sit on your capital. I'm sure they were much fuller in health, and then when I checked on them, they were barely alive.
It was attacked by a combat recon and 2 troops, I believe.
Okay, that makes
Um,
more sense.
yeah. So I had 2 troops on there, I believe, and then your 2 helped out. But the
Brilliant.
combat recon did just do a fair bit of damage to them.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, I think I've killed all of the Republic of Congo's troops now with the help from your air superiority and troops. So thank you for that.
Welcome.
And now I'm just claiming back the rest of their land. But yeah, I made the classic mistake of getting stuck in the jungle, and all of their troops went round me
Ah.
rather quickly.
Oh, no. Okay, because there's jungle all around here. They
Yeah,
could
so
just,
it's
like,
been a rocky
go
start
around.
for me, 100%. So I ended up losing Batua briefly, but unfortunately, I've got plenty of electronics. I barely need any.
Yeah,
Got
it's
many right now.
probably the best one to lose. And you've got an electronics tile as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
Just north, so you can build local industry on that later, but you don't necessarily need electronics very early in the game. Oh, cool. So we've all had a bit of a run of it then, but I gave detailed account of what happened in my early game, but not necessarily from you two. So, um, Tim, what happened then on day one, day two with attacking and stuff?
So
Took the
my first move was going for that complex city. So I went for that. I was like compiling my troops just outside it, but Marley moved his stack just outside the city as well, so I didn't have my full stack ready yet. So I lost a couple of infantry to his recon and infantry, and then
yeah.
dealt with those. Um, Took that city first, moved north, took Barem last night. Now just doing a sort of full circuit of the remaining land. Um, I've not had a peep out of Guinea yet. It's only been Mali that's actually done anything on this side.
Yeah, Guinea doesn't look very
Hmm.
active. Oh, and God, I shared some intel about China in last
Oh
night's
yeah.
episode, but we can do a little bit of an intel roundup. I can't really show people on my screen because when it takes you away to another screen, it shows the game URL. But what happened with you, Jonathan?
Oh right, yeah. So after I got stuck in jungle, Republic of the Congo had moved all of his troops around me and attacked the cities. I managed to make the most of the defensive bonuses to mitigate that. All of his troops are dead now, but in the process, DR Congo and Angola got involved.
And
So
go,
it looks like DR Congo had a bit of a scrap with Angola, and then Angola decided to exit out of a city he'd just taken, Boma, and he took Brazzaville, which at the time was unoccupied. So I believe he's got the remnants of his troops there, and it looks like DR Congo has dominated that little war and is now proceeding to take the rest of Angola. What he's
oh,
also done is taken the opportunity to seize this neutral land which is to my east. It looks like he's invaded my territory, but we're not actually at war yet. So what I'm planning to do is amass two different
wow.
armies. One is going to gather in the south and take Brazzaville, and then move on to Boma, and that'll position them nicely to the west of Kinshasa, where I can then move in on DR Congo. Now the other are going to carefully sweep up this neutral area that's been taken just east of my cities and gradually push east along to Bumba, and then move into Kisangani. And then eventually we'll probably all meet up at Kananga and then take the victory site.
Oh, I hadn't seen that there. Oh, that'll be a
Yeah,
nice boost for the petrol. Very nice boost for the petrol. Because that's
it
a
certainly will be.
pretty limited resource. And just north of that river, there is a rare materials tile and a supplies tile as well. So you've got rich resources there.
Mm.
Very, very
Yeah,
nice.
it's gonna pit me against a war with another two countries, so that's gonna negatively affect my morale, and it will take some time to clear up both of those wars.
Yeah.
So I've got to be careful really and not engage any more countries. But you never know. As soon as I put myself in that position, suddenly I'm surrounded by Zambia, Namibia, and the East African Federation, who could all move in if
Yeah.
they choose to.
I'm just looking at the Federation. They're not very active. I'm just. Oh. Um. It looks like Zambia's quite active, but they've built two army base level 2s, so you can just tell they don't really know what they're doing. You don't need two level 2 army bases early on, unless you're really building up for some pretty long term infrastructure, but it's a big drain on resources. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, you're surrounded by the enemies. Who are you going for next, Tim?
Probably, probably just gonna circle round. Circle sort of back round to the south. Take Guinea next, probably, and then and just sort of work my way around the coast, I suppose. So I was wondering what you were gonna do if you wanted to sort of join me that side, or if you just wanted to go straight north for Algeria.
Yeah, I think I was going to go straight north Algeria and just claim that territory because it gives us a huge buffer.
Yeah.
And it'll give us a lot more peace of mind. But look, I think they might be active, yeah, look, they've got level 1 army base. They've got, I think they're building a level 3 recruiting office. That's interesting. Looks like they've cracked into Morocco. It looks like Algeria are an active player cracking into Morocco. So they're going to be tough. But guess what I'm going to have in my stack? So I'm going to have... I can start... Here we go. I can start building a armoured fighting vehicle in 5 minutes, which is pretty sweet. Waiting for components. So let's just see if I can buy a couple more components and make that happen. 5 components, is that enough? Yep, there it is. It's dropped in. So I've started building Sheridan tank, armoured fighting vehicle. So by the time, that's going to take 20 hours, 21 hours, I've got an infantry officer and... okay, look, just gained enough of energy in my infantry to get me into the blue out of the red. But I'm going to send all of my infantry home to the capital just to consolidate, and as to share, basically amortize their health out to boost the health of the lower health, and it makes it quicker and easier to replenish their health. And then once these guys have done city sitting on the new cities, send everyone back to the capital. And then consolidate and move north in one massive lump. I'll leave a couple home for defence, but take the majority with me. And so I'll have a stack of basic infantry officer, and an armoured fighting vehicle to take on Algeria. What do you think?
I think you're in a really strong position to take on Algeria. He's currently in the middle of a war with Morocco, so he would have to abandon that to fight you off.
Yeah.
And in the position where you are, you're at the choke point. If you start pushing north, it's highly unlikely that he's got troops defending that. And if you get to this tile, which is 2 tiles ahead of where you are now, in Amguel, you see that one? So that's a natural choke point. You can sit with all your troops there. But then, see, the thing is, your next move is quite difficult because he could choose to meet you there with his troops if he's active. And then you can easily defend that position, but he could also choose to run back to his cities. And in that case, you'd have to make a push to one side of his cities or another because of this big body of water which sits in the way. And if you were to do that, then you could weaken your position defending that mouth. So it kind of puts you in a little bit of a stalemate. I think the best thing to do would be to move to Ouagla, just gradually, like moving counterclockwise around. That should give you enough time to move back.
Yeah, or so there's the classic straight to the capital, deal a death blow, and then mop up the consequences. Or have you seen what he's got in this? How are we saying it? Ouagla. I'm going to call it. Oh god, that's terrible pronunciation. Level 2 naval base. So that's danger. That's saying he's producing boats. And early on, if someone's got boats and they come round to try and get you, sometimes there's very little you can do about them. So, but I've got naval base level 2, and I'm quite keen to research destroyers. But they cost an awful lot of raw materials, so I'm going to save up for that.
The thing is with this, it's a bit like cooking, where you've got to time everything perfectly to get the right result at the end. So, I mean, I would kind of assume that as soon as you start attacking him, that's when the boats would start coming towards you. Unless he's really thinking ahead and he's already sent a corvette round, then you're probably on a strict clock. So I think it would take him about 1 or 2 days to get a boat all the way around to you. So you could factor that in. If you were to start researching corvettes now and attack at the same time, you'd have enough time to build a corvette to fight him off. Or if you were to wait a day or two, maybe, you may be able to build destroyers to sit there waiting for him.
I think I'm gonna hold out for destroyers if possible, and then yeah, I could either send a small contingent to Orgla, knowing that he's probably not got a lot. He wouldn't. If he's fighting this war in the west, then he's going to have all his attention there, and he'll have taken some casualties, but he'll have replenished them with all these army bases that have been built. That's going to be a really interesting battle.
I think if you were to go straight for Algiers, there's a lot of mountains on the way, and you'd get stuck there. So I mean, like, you would get there eventually, but he'd have enough time to move his armies via Iran in this desert lands. So he'd have his army waiting for you. You may be able to take it out, but then that doesn't give you a lot of flexibility. Like, even if you do get to Algiers, like, where do you go from there? Do you try and get all the way back home? I guess, Tim, you could move in and defend the pass if really necessary. But yeah, it's just a tricky one. You should
Yeah.
be interesting to see how you navigate it.
That'll be really nice challenging battle really early on. In the meantime, I'm building my level 2 airbase. In 16 hours 21 minutes it's complete. I have okay, and I'm researching strike fighters, so that'll be complete in 14 hours, just under. So it's the airbase I'll be waiting for. In 16 hours 21 I can start building a strike fighter, and but the resources, they're so tight at the moment, aren't they? I'll probably have the resources. I just need to make sure I've got the components. It's quite low. What sort of interesting units are you guys building next?
Can't afford anything right now. It's been so tough. Like, I'm just trying to save up to build a level 2 airbase, but I've got barely any supplies and barely any fuel.
Yeah,
so I'm struggling right now.
Tim.
Currently got some. So I've got the first strike fighter on the way now.
Have you?
So yeah, just looking to get a few of those out over the next few days. That'll really help take the pressure off needing as many infantry.
Yeah.
Do all the legwork on their own.
So that's the very beginnings of the coalition's homeland defence. It's going to come in handy.
Tim and his strike fighters always end up going a long way. They ended up at like level 1 at the end of the last game with about 20 kills for each one, didn't they?
Yeah.
They're so good. I've had to wait until day 3 till I could start researching. So research them straight away on it, like carb on it. I could do with a hospital. I've lined one up, but it's not going to start for about 2 days. But it'll come.
Is anyone in need of any electronics or components? Got any chance?
Why? Have you got an excess of components?
I certainly have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, definitely need some components at some point, but I've not got a lot of money. I've just been buying everything I can on the shop if I've needed it. You'll soon swallow up those components. We've got so few resources this early on in the game. It's crazy.
I'm literally just looking to, minimize and maximize everything I've got just to start making some progress. So the only offer on the market, which I can do right now, is sell some of my excess rares, but it just pains me to let any rare materials go ever.
Ooh, don't do that. Why? What are you in need of?
Currently money. Because I've just bought the supplies and fuel that I need.
Oh, I'm really low on money.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think anyone can help each other at this stage. We're all desperately in need of any resources we've got. Do you guys want to give us a little bit of a lowdown on the other players in the game? Because we came across some interesting information, and I let everyone in on China, because I think that was the most significant player. What's your take on China?
Yeah, I mean, he's not. As far as I'm aware, he's not in a coalition himself.
He's in a coalition with one other person, I found.
Oh, right.
That's when I looked last. Was it some South Asian coalition with China, Myanmar? So it's a nice setup.
Okay, so he's gone in. Myanmar's just a
Ooh, I think we lost you there, Tim. Myanmar's just a what?
Oh, he just goes like he's yeah, means of I he might.
You're totally
Tim's cutting out.
glitching.
What I think he meant to say is he's got one of these victory sites in
Oh,
that
okay.
province, which I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce. It's a wind farm, so that generates rare materials, very valuable.
Electronics.
Does it? Oh,
Wow. I didn't know you get electronics one. It's got an airfield there and yeah, a wind farm that is that the victory site? It's
but
a
if you
wind
actually
farm.
press on to the wind farm, the victory site, it says a flat resource bonus of 1,000 rare materials. For level
Oh, I
1.
see. You know what's happened? They've just happened to build a victory site on an electronics resource tile.
That's very powerful.
Very well, very nice. Yeah. So the victory site is actually giving rare materials, like you've said, John. Well pointed out. Very weird. They'll bring someone else in easily enough. There's Manchuria. It's got a dome and a victory site.
Yeah, we've just got to keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
Suss
they're gonna
out
be-
where the other victory sites are. To make sure they don't get too many. I know there's another one in Asia, but I can't find it. Is it near Japan? Right, okay. It's actually in Manchuria.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, sorry.
Uh, literally. And then yeah, nothing else in that neck of the woods except for like in the Middle East. Wow, interesting. And so China's a powerful player. They won like 80 out of 160 games. So they won something like 50% of their games. I showed the stats before. Any other players out there that looked interesting?
There were a few that look like fairly competent. Can't remember. I saw like a couple of sort of level 50, 60 players. Can't remember where they were now. Might have been Baltic States, maybe. They're the top player right now. No, they're fairly new. Iraq? No.
Okay,
There were a
so
couple.
let's have a look at the leaderboard as you brought it up then. So we've got Baltic States top with 11 cities. UK has 10 cities. Nigeria 10. Iraq 10. Caribbean Coalition 10. California Republic 9. So Baltic States and UK look like they're off to a flying start.
I think it's a little bit too early to say, really.
Shows the aggressive players though getting out there. And UK's near a victory site there. It'd be lovely to own
Some
a.
of these victory sites haven't been taken already, to be honest.
Yeah.
Some countries are like bordering them. They'd be your first target.
Yeah. Maybe they're just biding their time. Oh, random. So the victory site in I don't quite understand what I'm seeing. So in near Norway, in the Nordic regions, there's a victory site. It doesn't seem to belong to anyone. It's got a level 3 field hospital, mining facility, airfield. What's going on there? It belongs to Hetta. Victory site Finland,
Sure about that.
0 cities. Oh, and it says victory site Manchuria as well is neutral. So it looks like they're neutral.
Yeah.
And they haven't been conquered yet. How random, and no one's gone after them yet. Okay. They soon will. So it'll be interesting seeing all the coalitions form and the players growing. We know we've got some pros in the game. Let's have a look at the coalitions. So we've got 3 with 3 members. We've got NATO. There's the UK. Okay, so that could be a powerful coalition. UK, Italy, and Ireland. So they've got one of the top players at the moment, UK. So that's one to look out for. There's the Asian one, South Asian Coalition. And then, and then the Baltic Sea. So we've got the Baltic guy in a coalition as well. He's in the top. So Baltics with Finland and Poland. So that's going to shape up for a really interesting European battle, because we've got two strong coalitions in Europe. One strong group, couple of players in Asia, and that's just, I mean, we haven't really looked into it so far. We're just sort of building our knowledge at the moment, aren't we? I think Tim's probably lost his internet, so I can't hear him. Keep advising him to go sign up to Elon Musk's Starlink, but it's not hit the UK area yet.
Hello.
Okay, I think we've got you back, Tim.
Yeah, I've been watching it, and it keeps like just dipping into the red on the voice connected thing on Discord, so
Oh yeah.
thought I'd keep my mouth shut while it's doing that.
Oh, that's fair enough.
But
Robot's in.
I am back now, I think.
Great. What you need to do is get all your housemates' electronic devices and smash them.
Yeah.
So they can't go on the internet and take the broadband. But I think we've all had that problem at some time in our lives. Just landing another troop in the capital. It's full health, so that should help donate a bit of health to everyone else. Building.
I've got the first hospital on its way, so I can sort of create our little like hospital hub.
Ha, nice. I'm flying everyone to you straight away. Done. Great, well done. And I think even as you're building it, there is some sort of advantage, isn't there?
Yeah, you get the bonus from it, like, so yeah, it's already at 2 HP per day, and it's 24%. So you get the, I think you get like a portion of that extra one, don't you?
Yeah.
Relative to the percentage of completion. So yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, sending some people your way. Make sure you look after them.
Yeah.
And that's good. You beat me to it on the hospital. Happy days. Anything else going on with you guys then, or do you think we've covered it all?
I've got my big stack sort of all joined up together now, so gonna be finishing off Mali tonight, tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Other than that,
and you leave. Go on.
Just be keeping an eye on Libya on my end, just to see if they, make any moves down Death Valley. But they've just taken their spare land for now, so I think it should be fine.
Libya. Oh, right. Okay, they have, haven't they? Okay. Yeah, they've just bought themselves a bit of time and a route through to Sudan. Cut us off from Sudan. Yeah. So Libya's active. Sudan are pretty active. So Sudan have got, they've got infrastructure, and Libya, they've got infrastructure. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Sudan and Libya in a coalition, you know. Looks like Egypt's got infrastructure as well. Ooh, so we've got, even level 2 arms industry. So we've got infrastructure, solid infrastructure with these three guys in our northeast. And they've cut off the Death Valley. So I think we're definitely going to see some action with those guys. They've got to be in a coalition, surely. If they're not, they're going to be.
Yeah. Never know.
It's difficult to tell. They might just whack into each other.
Libya does have a coalition. He's the only one in it right now.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get some other people joining. Just trying to see if anything's happening with anywhere else locally, but I don't think there is. I think what you find with this sort of game, because resources are so finite, some people just like to sit and build, don't they? Then others like to reach
absolutely.
out.
And there's more players in this mode, isn't there? So resources are even more finite for each person.
100-player game, and we've got some good ones. So yeah, I think it'll be a good one. Any last thoughts?
Not from me.
Okay, well, it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from Tim. Over and out.